Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Dwarf Fortress today. We're on episode 11, and this is only my second fortress, believe it or not. I expected to probably go through 6 or 7 by this point, but no, we've been doing okay. Thanks in large part to the commenters out there helping me along with some really great tips and tricks and stuff, so I really appreciate everybody, even the folks who just tune in and watch, even if it's only part of the video. But make sure you hit like, subscribe to the channel, always check out, make sure you subscribe to your favorite YouTubers. But either way, let's check things out here. So the walls are still not complete. We've got, I see it up here, diplomacy and a caravan of humans has arrived. So they're not actually dwarves, but we'll definitely check them out. We go down to our construction level. Yeah, our jewel shops have been popping out the gems. So I'm actually kind of excited to see how that trade goes. We're going to check that out shortly, but oh my god, it's happening again. I'm trying to fill up a cistern here underwater, and in the last episode we almost had a dwarf drown. In fact, it was our expedition leader. But you know what I think I'm going to do is let's lock off this door for now. Yeah, it's still possible that this floods out too, and the whole fishing, the whole fishers area gets flooded, but I don't think it'll happen. We're not actually connected to a full running river here. These are just some stagnant lakes I'm trying to literally drain into the cistern. So we'll let that work as we do some trading, but it's also important to note that our drinks, although still kind of out of proportion to the food we've got, have definitely stabilized. Yeah, we've extended our workshops down here quite a bit, but like I said, most importantly, let's check out our trading. So right off the bat, I'm going to select that our broker stops doing whatever he's doing and comes up to here. Now let's check out what we're going to be moving. Actually, I'll worry about the diplomacy later. I'll tell him what I want after this. So let's go through our stuff. First, we'll go to our bins. Yeah, storage bins often will contain tremendous amounts, especially if you got jewel crafters actively working. Yeah. We can see, for instance, this bin, this is actually filled with armor, so that one's worth over $3,500, or I don't know what the currency is in this world, and we can also just open it up and see. The sad thing is, I can't order the dwarves to individually carry stuff up here. They got to carry the whole bin or none at all, but once it is up here, then I can sell individual items to them, so I don't think we're going to be selling our armor. I will. Oh, that's glass. I won't care about that. Finished goods worth 2,000. Yeah. There's some stuff in here like the chains and the hives I don't really want to sell, but these mugs could be worthwhile. Now, to be honest, most of them aren't worth anything. Let's find some bins that have gems in them. Let's see. Finished goods worth 2,000. There's one with just a large gem. It's not really what I'm looking for. Let's see. Bar blocks. I would have thought. I think our encrusters are probably getting those gems encrusted really quickly. Well, let me keep looking. Oh, here's a gem pen. Yeah, that's the glass. Unless I'm just blind, which is possible. No, I don't see any more gems. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's go to... I was going to say maybe the gem section itself, but I don't even see that. Oh, well, I'll have to go through and figure out some stuff that we can trade worthwhile. Boy, I thought we'd have a lot easier going, but not to worry, not to worry. Well, turns out that most of the gems, in fact, all the gems in the fortress have literally been encrusted onto things like beds and doors and pieces of furniture. Also, some of like the hive boxes and our nest boxes are now encrusted with gems. So I think after this little trade, we're going to go below and suspend some of those encrusting orders. I mean, it's not a bad thing because it makes the fortress more beautiful, but I don't have as much leverage for trading. Luckily, this isn't the main trader. Again, this is just a human merchant who showed up, not one of our dwarven comrades. But enough chatter. What I've done, because we don't have a lot to trade with, is I've brought up some of our most valuable food items. Yeah, believe it or not. Some of the best things for trading at the moment. They don't have a huge weight capacity, so let's just go through fairly quickly and pick out anything that looks of interest. I really want musical instruments. I don't know if I'm going to be spending more than a couple hundred on them, though. That's rough. Let's see. I mean, okay, let's just put everything up. All right, that's good. They've still got weight capacity. Okay, so that's not bad. We can still buy a little bit of stuff. Let's hold off on more instruments for the moment. A llama male, a guinea hen. I'll take both of those. Animals are always welcome. Buckets. I've got some pickaxes already being made. Iron ones. I think we've finally ran out of iron bars too, as a side note, so we'll have to make some. But sometimes you got to be careful buying clothing too from humans because it's the large size. This won't fit any of our dwarves, so some items from humans are kind of worthless. Let's go ahead and grab seeds too. I guess do I want long grass and bladeweed? I'll definitely take muskmelon. Rope reed seeds. I mean, this stuff does not sound appealing, but who knows? Our dwarves might be able to turn it into some sort of brew. I'll even grab a bag of dye. That's just preparation in case there's any dwarves who take over the dye shop and are trying to make like a family heirloom. All right, anyway, let's see. Go through all the cloth. If there's any silk, I actually kind of want that, but I'm just saying cloth of wool, reed, yeah, and then some leather. All right, no silk. It's all right, we'll have to make our own. Large gems, an anvil. We'll go ahead and start grabbing the foods. Boom, this is a good trade here because we'll be able to replenish all this food that we've, just traded away to them. Very good. Leaves and fruit. Kind of keeping an eye down here because if we have enough leverage left over, I'll pop back up there, buy some more musical instruments. Okay. And the backpacks, I like buying clothing items when I can. Oof. All right, there we go. Yeah, because then we don't have to make them ourselves. It's just easier. It's less work the dwarves have to do. They can just put on a backpack from a trader instead of waiting for a tanner to show up at the fort. All right, so yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get, I think. But it was a decent trade. Yep, he likes it. Very happy. All right, good job, buddy. The broker is no longer needed. And, of course, the dwarves, all 34 of them, will start to move stuff. Man, oh man, that's right. In the last episode, we finally got that big migrant wave. But we're hoping for even more. So trying to set up some more bedrooms. Oh, in fact, let's pop down below. Yeah, because I think these need to be laid out and painted, so to speak. Yeah, we'll paint this block here. Boom, boom, boom. It's not enough to build them. You must designate. Dwarves aren't necessarily the smartest of creatures, but there we go. So that helps alleviate some of our bedroom up here. Yep, still working in the inn. It's such a chore getting them to build things because I've kind of overloaded them a little bit. Well, maybe not necessarily. Let's get some more. Oh boy, what are we really missing right now? Probably some more doors wouldn't be bad. But I'll kind of just have to filter through the stockpiles and see what we can build. Oh, look at this. The water is coming in slowly but surely. It's not very deep. Level 7 is the deepest water can get. This is 1 and 2, so I don't really know how effective this is going to be at draining this. Yeah, you can kind of see here I'm waiting to build the walls now. Oh, that's blood. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll just do something like this. Construction floor. I'll use select material. Let's just do that for now. We use some jet blocks. So then we can build the wall. I I think I might also completely cover this with flooring, the whole lake itself, because ideally it's going to be fully drained. Yeah, and if it's down this level, so you can imagine like things could go under the walls if we leave this. But if I do fully cover it with this floor, but at least for now we can get the wall up here because we've definitely got enough free labor. I need to be taking advantage and placing walls, get these fortifications up as soon as possible. Busy, busy, busy. So I went ahead and covered up the lakes that were draining, and I didn't even notice when it happened, but we got more migrants. So we're now up to 43. That's another 10 dwarfs that have just joined us. Yes, and we don't see the new arrival tag anymore, but oh, there's another doctor. Yeah, the best way to do it, as I've found, is just go through your jobs list and see, do you need another miner? Not really, but do we need another woodcutter? Yes, but we don't really have anybody with the experience. Although this job is so important that I'm willing to just pick a random dwarf that just showed up. And I know they just showed up because they don't have the hauling job. I've been given all the new people hauling jobs. I'll pick somebody, maybe the engraver, that's a perfect one, who doesn't have like a real super important job, and we'll dedicate them now to wood cutting. And that also includes things like carpentry and whatever else. The wood, actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, no, I was wrong. Oh, yeah, that's carpenter. Well, woodcutter's still pertinent because we will need an extra one. And it'll force them to go pick up an axe too, so they'll have it. But let's just go down the list too. Hunters, yeah, I'll set up a hunter for now because I did play some animal traps. Planter, no, we're good with 3 planters. They've been keeping up real good. We are going to need a fisher dwarf soon. I'll say that. So yeah, we'll just grab this bone doctor, make him a new fisher dwarf. Plant gatherer. Really can't have enough of those, but this guy's just a miner, so I won't worry about that. Stone cutter. Yeah, that's actually... we got several of those actual stones. Okay, so we'll leave that. Engraver's not important. I'll hold off on setting haulers. We have a 3rd doctor now, but we just assigned him to fishing, and to be honest, I don't really think 3 doctors is necessary, but... yeah, we'll go through our setup here. Not too much has changed. We've got more gem people. Oh, that reminds me too. Let's, before we deal more with the dwarves, let's come down here to this. Yeah, so I'm going to... I want to just suspend these. So I want to see them pop up in the window, because then I can just hit pause on them. Like this one. Huh. There it is. Okay. Pause, pause. Now I'll come into the work orders. I'm actually going to set them just to cut gems here. Yeah, let's just do a lot of these. Yeah. This one should have a work order to constantly cut gems on a daily basis. So we're going to switch from crusting to just straight up gem cutting production, for now at least. We'll maybe go back once we get a massive stockpile, a dragon's horde. But now back to the dwarves themselves. I think our labor pool is set up well. Yeah, but I said that after we get our next migrant wave, if it's big enough, we'll assign our first set of squad. And I think it is big enough, so let's do that. First step before we get to the squads window is let's come over here to the nobles, and we need to set up a military commander. And the best person we have would be this guy, the furnace operator, because he's a talented tactician. Nobody else other than the weaponsmith has any relevant skills. So he is the best qualified, and he will lead. Now that we've got a military commander, we can come over here and create a new squad. We want them to have metal armor, and immediately he is appointed. So this is our squad, the Enjoyable Laborers. This is their little emblem. We can change it, but I never do that. Most importantly, we want to come in here and start to assign positions. Like I said, our leader's already set up, and eventually we can outfit them with armor and weapons, but we're just worrying about filling in this. So 10 is maximum. Let's come in here, and again, we have our labor pool. I'm going to start looking for dwarves that have no job assigned to them. They obviously don't really have anything in the way of relevant skills for fighting, but they'll learn that as they practice. Because we are going to get into a schedule for them. I still haven't actually set up a proper barracks, still waiting for like beds and armor stands. But let's see. Okay, so now we're going to start dipping into some of the dwarves who are already here, but just don't have any other job besides hauling, which is fine. The spinner. And even if they do have like a relatively important task, they will still have half the year to do that. We're only going to have them train every other month at fighting. So now we've got our squad fully filled out. There they are. The Enjoyable Labors. It's a fun sounding name, but it hides a group of hungry dwarves. They're not well trained yet, but as time goes by, they will become martial masters. Okay, time to set up some accommodations for our warriors. So, used to be in the old days, and I think they've changed this, that you would set up a rack or an armor stand and then build your like training barracks around it. But I think it's all done through the zoning now, because we can set up a barracks and just have it exclusively for training, if I understand things right. So, we want it on the surface. What I'm going to do, I don't really think it matters if it conflicts here, but I'll just set it off to the side. So we'll set up a barracks. This isn't for sleeping. This is strictly going to be for training. And again, we want it on the surface so that these dwarves won't become adapted to the underground. Because when that happens, when a dwarf gets cave adaptation, I think it's called, they get sick when they come to the surface. And of course, these dwarves, the fighting dwarves, will be ordered to the surface, most likely. So we don't want them sick and vomiting because of the sunlight whenever they're getting ready to get into combat. So that means they'll train at the surface. So we've got the barracks. Let's click it and come in to choose which squad. Okay, we've only got the one. All I want, if we look, we got 4 icons. This is for sleeping. This one's for like storing their weapons and armor. This one's for putting like ammunition and stuff away. This one is for training. So if we only click that, then they'll just come to this location to train. And they don't really need this weapon rack. I think we can in fact remove it. Permanent, let's see, toggle dump status. There we go. Yeah, we'll just have that removed. Yeah, I think that's an old way of doing it. But now we'll come down to our administrative level. That's right. We're next to the water. And I've set up some archery targets. Okay, these got suspended. Yeah, we get those built. We're actually not going to have this particular squad focus on archery, but I just went ahead and built it while I was down here. This is going to be the barracks for the dwarves. So in their off time, they will sleep in this room and store all their equipment. Boom, there we go. So we'll accept that. Now we'll come in, we'll assign them to sleep here, and actually I'm just going to have them do this. This, I'm not really going to use it. Maybe I will. We'll just set that there. I might have to make this room a little bit larger and add some armor stands to it, but yeah, that's fine. All right, so now that we've got the location set for their sleeping and their training, here's what we have to do next. And it gets a little complicated from here, but it's manageable. You'll start to figure it out the more you play with it. So we want to highlight the squad. Now we're going to come down here and schedule. Equipping them with their weapons and stuff, it's not really necessary. They will do this automatically. You might have certain weapons. Maybe you want to set the squad up as all axe dwarves. Then you would go through and assign them specific weapons that you have. And you can do that with armor too, but it's a lot of micromanaging. So I don't mess with that typically. I just let them armor and arm themselves. The schedule, I do like to come in here and change. So we'll click this. I'm going to view the whole month. So the months of the year for a dwarf are all named after stones and ores and stuff. Makes total sense, but there's still 12 of them, I think. Either way, so again, it's to the untrained eye, you're not really sure what you're seeing here, but essentially we're looking at constant training, okay? I'm not going to worry about staggered training. I don't even actually know what that is. I don't think that might be new, but we're just going to worry about constant training. All right, so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy no orders. So I just copied this screen here, no orders. I'm going to paste all of the staggered training. We're just going to make all that go away. Yeah, so we're really only focused now on this category right here. So for the first month, and if we look, yeah, it's got them training constantly throughout the year, every month, which is not what I want. So we're going to have the first month, we'll say they train. Second month, no orders. Third month, they train. Fourth month, no orders, and so on. So it's just, the particular way I've done it. Whoopsie, messed that up. We can fix that though. All right, so I'll come over here and right click, we'll copy and paste. Yeah, so they're on again, off again. You could do 2 on, 2 off, or maybe 2 on and just 1 off, whatever you want to do. I like, this kind of keeps them happier, because one of the things that motivates a dwarf or makes them happy is if they're able to craft. If you've got like a stone carver dwarf or whatever as a fighter, and he's never able to carve stone, it's going to make him unhappy. He needs to have some time off to do his other dwarf things. But there we go. I think we've done it. So now we've got it set. View monthly schedule, constant training. Monthly orders. I think it's right. I might have to, just give it some time here to see what happens. What month are we in currently? Let's determine that. Malachite. So if we come back to our schedule, what month is Malachite set to? Current month. Well, it says it right there. Yeah. Okay. So they should start training. Yeah. We should see some dwarves come up here. Oh, that's no, that person was just removing that thing. But, let's just give it a moment. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Look, he's got his stuff. Let's see. Military. What's he wearing? Items. Oh, yeah, he's got the greaves, he's got a battle axe, so see, he went and picked all this stuff up. And if I continue to make more armor for him, he'll go and get that as we produce it. So, well, he's up here. Where's his buddies at? I don't know. At least we know, because one of them came up here, that it is working, right? Yeah, the squad is... Which one is this? He's just a random peasant. It's not the leader or anything, so... Yeah, not sure, but I expect the other guys will get up here eventually and start trading. But hey, we've taken a step in the right direction at least. Nobody likes this level, but it's important. We've got to have a dungeon, essentially. So we're going to set up a couple of little spaces here. We've got a crypt area. There's 9 coffins in there. I'm going to fill these up, get probably like 20 more, 18 more, whatever, to fill these 2 rooms. This is just a single one. This will be for the noble, too. The nobles have a lot of demands. Caravan, awesome. We'll see how our new stockpiles are doing. I also ordered some like metal crafts to be made, but let's pause it for right now, and we'll come back to that in a moment. But yeah, we're going to set up some chains in here. So it's not enough just to lay out doors. We're also going to have to lay it designated as a dungeon right there too. But first we need restraints in here. So come to cages and restraints, ropes and chains. Let's actually select the material. I want to look at this. Okay, we do have iron chains. Yeah, I've got 10 iron chains. You can see this one and this one have been encrusted with jewels. So whoever gets locked up in this little Yeah, those two cells is going to have a real nice time. Now, I'm not going to use the ropes. Oops. I'm not going to use the ropes for this purpose. Cages, restraints, chain. That's why I want to kind of select the material. It takes a couple extra clicks, but rope is more for miscellaneous building and whatnot. There we go. Yeah, the chains I intentionally built just for the dungeon. So we'll let those get set up. Over here, we'll go ahead and lay out some tomb designations, and then we'll pop up to the surface. I'll hold off till we make some more. Yep, let's get up. While they're laying those chains, let's go up to the surface level. Take a look at the diplomacy first. Whoops. Okay, here he is. Too much there, yada yada. What do we want from him? Really, I just need a bunch of seeds. Is there anything else? I don't know where soap is located. Yeah, so I don't know how to request soap. But other than that, I just kind of like to let them bring whatever they bring. All right, tell me about the agreements. Now, let's come up here and request the broker. What are we moving? Oh, look, there's already a bill. This is one of the things I set up. We had a bunch of billin bars. I'm not sure what kind of a metal this is exactly, but you can't actually make armor out of it. So I use it for crafts or furniture sometimes, but it's an easy one. So let's come to the bins again. Okay, this one contains blocks, leather, finished goods. That one's not worth much. There's that armor bin. Here's a gem bin, finally. And it's not full, but it's got a few. So that's good leverage for us there, yeah. 1,100 finished goods. Okay, we got mugs in here. There's those chains. Let's not move any of those chains yet. We'll just let the finished goods sit. Armor bin. Oh, no. Let's see, finished goods. And we do have a bunch of mugs, things like this. I might actually just bring this whole bin up. Yeah, that one's worth 3K. We can sell the stuff individually, as I mentioned. Finished goods. I really need to get these hives placed, get them out of the inventory. All right, well, still not the greatest variety, but regardless, I can still sell them some food too, and maybe a few other things. So I'll check through, and we'll look at what we can buy in just a moment. Well, it definitely appears as though those lakes have pretty much drained completely. There's a couple little puddles of water, but yeah, it's still not full, which is fine. I should definitely close this, though. I mean, I think I've sealed it off well enough, but if you miss a single little hole, then something could crawl down there, and with the water level at only 2, it could probably just walk straight into the place. But I did go ahead and unload the door here, or unlock the door, I should say, and we've got this area set up now as a fishing spot. So let's add a work order to this, just to catch live fish. 50 a day. Yeah, that's a good haul for a dwarf. We'll check that daily. And we should probably also have them set up one to prepare. Yeah, prepare. We'll do that 50 times too, just in case they get lucky. All right, each day. Now, let's get up to the surface here. Yeah. I think everything's been moved. There wasn't a lot. A little bit of food and that one bin here. I just want to look at what we've got. Yeah, that's a nice trade right there. Big gem. Okay, nothing too important. Water skin. I will be selling... We'll put that up totally. I'll sell the gems. I will be selling a few hives if I put this all up, but I think just for ease of my clicking finger here, I'm just going to select the whole thing. All right, we've exceeded their weight levels. We'll put the food up there too, but as we buy stuff from them, that should help alleviate the weight a little bit at least. I guess it just depends on what they have for sale. I have cave spider venom. Honestly, I have no idea what we'd use that for, but it's only cost 20. I mean, it's worth buying it for the barrel alone. You know what? I think I'm going to grab some of these crossbows, not the really expensive ones. All right, let's see. Anything else? Here we go, the bags. Plaster I will take. Seeds, yes. Good. Alright, weight is still over. We're trying to overload them with too much stuff, so we need to keep buying. Let's grab some quicklime, gypsum plaster. They'll use that in the hospital for making like casts and stuff. Alright, I'm going to shoot through the textiles real quick looking for silk. There we go. We'll buy a bin full of silk. Very helpful to have a full variety of cloths on hand for any strange moods that may take our dwarves, but wow, this guy has a lot of textiles. Also didn't notice any musical instruments with them, unfortunately. Let's just grab the meat. Fish. I think we're getting close, yeah, with the weight here, so this will be plump helmets. There we go. Yep. So this is a good trade right now. They'd be making quite a killing. Okay, we'll take the backpacks, quiver, enormous corkscrew. We'll take the cheese too. Just buy as much as we can. And the reindeer parchment. Let's go back to the very top. Just make sure I didn't miss any. Grab that water skin. Yeah, I don't see any musical instruments. That's kind of sad, but well, we've definitely given them a little too much, so let's take some of that off. We'll take our food back, and what about the gem bin? No, take a couple of these back. No, actually we can't. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, all right, good trade. Boom. Seems very happy. He should be. All right. No more broker needed. Pretty good. Just getting the necessary stuff. And that was a dwarven trader. I was kind of hoping that they would appoint one of our people to be a noble. But obviously our castle, I don't think we quite have the population or prestige for it yet either. We need to keep building and further encrusting things with furnitures. But yeah, these guys are definitely using their little barracks here too. Just as a side note, you can see them storing stuff. So yeah, I'm going to extend this actually. We'll just leave it like that because I want to get some armor stands in here too so they can actually keep their armor. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, it's exciting to actually have some warrior dwarves, you know, because eventually you're going to come across some threatening stuff. So we got to be prepared for it. There's never any rest. Well, I guess there is rest because I'm designing bedrooms, but we are always expanding, always trying to attract new dwarves. The more the merrier, and of course the better protection too. But, well, we did get interrupted by another strange mood. Let's see. Oops, a milker. Hold on, I just accidentally closed it. I'm always misclicking the right mouse button. Let's go get those linked up. Give the miners something to work on. Great. Do I click this? Yeah. I literally think... Did he just claim the farmer shop? Hold on a second. No, I'm not sure where the guy went. I don't know how to pull up the... Oh, there's a lot of tabs here. Profession. No. Strange moods. Here we go. That was most recent. Sandstone. That's it. Okay. Oh, good. He claimed the craft dwarf shop. Okay. He is a milker dwarf, but he claimed the craft dwarf shop. Oh. He needs wood, stack of leather, skeletons, rough gems. I actually think we might be out of rough gems right now. It's probably what we're missing for him. Or wait. No, he's going to get stuff right now. All right, I'll have to give him a moment. I had it paused, so... I mean, I think we have everything else. We certainly have wood. Yeah, he's working in secret. Okay, we do. We've got what he wants. Good. So that's not going to be an issue. We can come back down here, check on our torture dungeon. I mean, it's a regular dungeon, no torturing. But we do need to lay it out. All right, so we'll select the dungeon. Boom. Accept. And now we should go into our nobles, and we need a sheriff. Let's see. We'll just make the manager him. Doesn't matter. And the hammerer. Let's make our military commander also the hammerer too. So this is who like punishes the dwarves. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember a messenger ever being like in the nobles category when I played this. I don't know what this is, but oh, wait a second. We have some needs here which aren't met by Domos. Is Domos royalty? I don't think so, but Domos, our manager, is demanding some stuff here. So, yeah, they actually. Wow, I'm not sure what's causing him that demand, but I don't think it's any of these jobs we've set him to. Mm-mm. Well, he is doing a lot of stuff. I guess if I was doing like 4 different jobs too, I'd probably demand some better living conditions. So what we're looking at here is this is green, meaning his bedroom is good. He's got a bedroom and it meets his set of expectations. He's got an office. It's in yellow, meaning it doesn't meet his expectations. So he has one, but doesn't meet them. His dining room is in red, meaning he does not have an assigned dining room, and this means he needs more stuff. He needs weapon and armor rack, and yeah, that's all he needs. So he's just missing some furniture. Here's what this is indicating. I think we could put that in his bedroom. I have no idea which bedroom is his though. You know, the best thing to do with him, I don't honestly know how I could find his bedroom either. There must be a way. If I go to him, it's him, right? Yeah, Domos. Oh, he is asleep. Oh, okay. I guess you just got to catch the dwarf when he's asleep and you can figure that out. So, yeah, now we can just place a weapon rack and an armor stand in here. And we should have some, because I did make a couple of these extra. Armor stand, boom. We'll see if that satisfies it. Now, I know where his office is because there's only one office that's been assigned to anybody. So, in order to make this more beautiful, let's see do we have any statues left? I actually don't think we do because I just placed a bunch. No, statue would definitely do it. But since we don't have that, let's put a cabinet in here. It's not. Oh, I don't have any cabinets either. Well, shoot. I guess that means we're just going to have to wait to fulfill his demands for a better office. And we'll come to our stoneworker. Let's put the blocks on hold for now, buddy. Let's get you pumping out some statues. We'll do 10 of them. We'll just sprinkle the rest around the place for a while. Let's get some. Actually, I think I have chests already made. Yeah. We'll just have them focus on statues. Give me a double order of statues there, buddy. Oh boy, our craft dwarf is finished. And what did he make? A pine koshamot? Oh, I think that's a musical instrument. Oh, good job, little dwarf. You actually haven't placed any of our musical instruments yet. So what'll happen, I like to put them in the temples, and that's also the reason I put a chest in each temple, which I see I haven't actually followed through with, but use closest. Yeah, so if you have instruments that are small enough, like guitars or little flutes or whatever, the dwarves will automatically store those in there. Let's put some chests in these rooms too. But some instruments have to actually be placed. So just like any other furniture instrument, let's actually select, because I'm not sure what we've got. Oh, look, we've got 4 large instruments. 2 of them have been encrusted with jewels. A clear glass piano is what that looks like. All right, doesn't really matter where we put these, but, let's put one in our... Oops, I always do that. Let's put one into the future inn here. Yeah, we'll put that. That looks awesome. All right, the other ones we'll just start to place in our temples. And I'll continue to collect more musical instruments. All right, that's it. Yeah, and we'll hopefully get one in each of the temples here. I've even got these 2 new temples down below, which still need chests in them. Yeah. Starting to build out extra furniture pieces and stuff, because you can see really got to expand. Yeah, I do. Oh, we got more migrants. Yeah, we're up to 52 now. Oh my god, are they still piling in, or was I talking the whole time? No, they don't. Oh, they do still show the new arrival tag. Yeah, they could still be piling in. Look how many of them are playing make-believe, no job, new arrival. Oh boy, the labor tab. It's becoming more and more laborious to have to fill this out, but it is worth it. That's one thing I've found. The labor tab really is essential to fill it out. You don't have to. If you just want all your dwarves doing random jobs randomly, eventually, given enough time, you'll probably end up with a few competent dwarves, but this way you're going to end up with legendary miners, legendary dwarves across the board in no time at all, because they do learn really, really quickly. In fact, if we look now, I bet you the 2 miners we started with. Let's see, can we see their actual skills? If we go to mine, yeah, the 2 we started with are legendary miners already. What about woodcutters? If we come down to our woodworking, yep, the guy we started with is legendary already. Probably same. No, not true for the stone. The mason has a lot of different jobs. But either way, you can see just how quick these guys. What about planters? No, he's a great planter. Ooh, how about brewers? Adept and proficient. Well, I guess it takes him a little bit more time. The miners are constantly working, whereas those lazy kitchen dwarves, we know all too well just how slow these guys can be. No, it was really my fault not having the things set properly. And that's how 99% of the issues go in a game like Dwarf Fortress. If you think there's a bug or you can't figure out why your dwarves aren't doing something, it's probably because you don't have it set right. But that's the joy of discovery here in this game. Not only do you get to learn about new creatures and monsters and fun mechanics, but you get to learn how to control the game too, because that's one big aspect of it. But I think we are getting it down, starting to make pace, and eventually we're going to start digging truly deep, real deep, get down to the lava. The very lowest levels of the world is where the best metal is, the adamantite, the legendary stuff. So maybe this will be the fortress that'll get us down there. I don't know yet. We only have the 1 squad. 52 sounds like a lot of dwarves, but it's really not. I mean, I've had fortresses with 300 or more, where literally the frames per second have gone down to a crawl, but we won't have to worry about that now with my new PC setup. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for our episode today. Thank you for joining me. And like I said, we've got a heck of a lot more work to do here at the fort. So continue tuning in, guys, and I'll see you all on the next one.